Alright, so it's recording. There's a storm, but Star Wars. So, Star Wars. An actual real trailer this time. Can you see it okay?
Yes.
The force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it.
My sister.
My sister has it. You have that power too.
It's tricky.
Chewie, we're home.
Aww.
That's just, with the music and everything, it's just, it's so manipulative. Like, okay, like, everyone's already been saying that, like, oh yeah, everyone loved the trailer for The Phantom Menace and see how that turned out. Because trailers really are manipulative and they can, but what I saw was really good special effects, which is something the prequels did not have. Even in the 90s, I mean, that kind of looked a little bit shitty. I mean, if you think about it, like,
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks, that was 99, and by 2000, well, really 2, because 2 Towers, you had something like Gollum,
Yeah.
Heck, the dragon in Dragonheart, which predated Star Wars, looked more realistic than Jar Jar.
That's true.
But the problem with Phantom is everything looked clean. This looked gritty, yet everything was destroyed. It's so great. And then we actually got to see the characters, which I don't know any of their names. And
Well, you know Chewie and Han.
well, Chewie, everyone knows Chewie and Han. People who haven't seen Star Wars know Chewie and Han. But I'm talking about the new characters, which is the problem. And you know what the best thing is? No little kids. I didn't see any children. No bad children actors. But young, like 20, 30-year-old people, in with, of course, Han and Chewie. I would have thought Chewie would have been a little bit gray, but
Aww.
that's good. I want to watch it again. Because it's just all of the musical tones.
Yeah.
I just hope, I hope and pray that it's not Into Darkness, and I know you haven't seen that, Carrie, but the problem is that Into Darkness should have been its own thing, and that it was just too much of a rehash of better material
Yeah.
with stupid action sequences, and too much fan service. I hope this doesn't have fan service up the butt, like I like J.J. Abrams as a director, and I liked Star Trek 2009. I liked that a lot. But in retrospect, after seeing Into Darkness especially, it did have a little too much fan service. Like, haha, look, there's a Tribble. It serves no purpose to the plot, but look, Tribbles. And then there was a very specific Tribble scene in Into Darkness, and just too much little bits of too much fan service. You know, I appreciate a certain amount of fan service, but you know, I just hope that we can get through the movie. I fear with something like this that it's almost like you're gonna have that one character who shows up, and then it's like the whole point is for them to make references to the old one.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, like almost like kind of like you had in The Hobbit, too much Frodo. Like you're like, okay,
Legolas.
like if he had just walked by, oh, and Legolas, yeah, that was just Legolas is a cool character. In Lord of the Rings, in The Hobbit, it's just
Forced.
it is forced. It was bad.
Like, it makes sense with the timeline, but it's like he wasn't in The Hobbit, so...
You know,
Put him in
and
The
you know,
Hobbit.
even Revenge of the Sith had a little bit too much fan service, where like you've got this whole distinct prequel trilogy that's all shiny and crappy looking, but it at least was consistent within the itself. And then in the last 20 minutes, he's like, oh, I have to make it look like it transitions into A New Hope, and so George Lucas threw in as much crap at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Like, suddenly, you've got this empire that looks nothing like it did in the original trilogy until the last 20 minutes. It's like, as soon as the Darth Vader mask comes on, suddenly you've got people in gray Nazi uniforms, and then these Star Destroyers, which really weren't in it before, and all this other stuff, because it's like, oh yeah, remember the old trilogy, but there wasn't that consistency. It just felt weird. Like, if you go rewatch Revenge of the Sith, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, watch Revenge of the Sith and then watch A New Hope, and you'll see the attempt to try to connect them. My ultimate point is this trailer, it looked more consistent with the original trilogy than before. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and then I'm going to watch the trailer again. So...